It sounds like there may be some unreasonable expectations or strings attached in your living situation with your roommate. Some signs that a person has unreasonable strings attached or expectations include, demanding that you do chores, tasks, or favors that were not agreed upon initially. For example, expecting you to do a lot of housework and chores when that was not part of your rental agreement, getting angry or upset if you don't meet their expectations or demands. For example, your roommate seems upset that you won't do more housework and chores, making you feel guilty for not going along with what they want. For example, your roommate may try to make you feel bad for not helping out more, expecting you to be available whenever they want. For example, expecting you to drop everything to help them out or do something for them, expecting favors or loans to be repaid in ways that were not agreed upon. For example, your roommate may feel you owe them for helping you out by demanding more housework, invading your privacy or not respecting your boundaries. For example, your roommate may come into your room without permission or expect you to share personal details, the relationship feels unbalanced or one-sided. For example, your roommate expects a lot from you, but does not seem to give much in return. Those are some possible signs that a person like a roommate, friend, or partner has unreasonable strings attached or expectations. The best approach is usually to have an honest, but calm conversation about the situation, and try to come to an agreement together. You may also want to set clear boundaries to establish balanced expectations. I see. Just because your roommate buys you gifts or does nice things for you does not obligate you to meet unreasonable demands or expectations. Some things to keep in mind, gifts and favors should be given freely without strings attached. They do not require repayment or obligate you in any way. You should not feel guilty for accepting a gift and still maintaining your boundaries, you are not obligated to go above and beyond or do more than what you have agreed to, like extra chores and housework, just because someone does nice things for you. Your time and effort are still your own to give as you choose, don't let gifts or favors be used to manipulate you or make you feel like you owe the other person. This is not a healthy dynamic and enables the other person's unreasonable expectations, be clear in communicating your boundaries while also expressing appreciation for the nice gestures. For example, I appreciate you buying me dinner. Just to be clear though, I won't be able to do extra chores this week as I'm very busy. But thanks again for the generous gift, don't feel bad about accepting gifts and still saying no to unreasonable demands. You can be grateful for someone's kindness without obligating yourself or enabling their strings to be attached, if the gift giving seems to come with too many expectations or strings attached, you may need to refuse future gifts to make your boundaries clear, but only do this as a last resort. The bottom line is you do not owe your roommate unlimited time, effort, or chores just because they do nice things for you on occasion. Be appreciative but maintain your boundaries. Have an honest conversation if needed to get on the same page about each other's expectations. A healthy relationship is a balanced one with no strings attached. It sounds like your roommate is being manipulative by using the line about her ex putting a roof over your head. Some things to keep in mind. Her ex's generosity in the past does not obligate you now. That was an agreement between them. And you are paying your own rent currently. You do not owe anything beyond what you have agreed to pay. Doing occasional good deeds like washing dishes in the past does not mean you have agreed to make that your regular responsibility. You were being kind, but need to be clear that was not agreeing to take on more chore duties. It is unfair and manipulative for your roommate to hold past favors over your head to get you to do more now. That is not a healthy dynamic, and you do not need to feel guilty or obligated due to things her ex may have done for you before. Be firm and consistent that you will continue handling your own dishes and the chores responsibilities you have agreed to, but will not take on more just due to your roommate's unreasonable expectations. You may need to be very clear in communicating with your roommate if she continues to insist you owe her more help due to the past. For example, I understand you feel I should do more because of your ex's help before, but I am paying rent for my current responsibilities. I cannot take on more chores and need to focus on my own duties. Maybe we can revisit the chore chart if needed so we each feel things are fair. Don't engage in manipulation or accusations yourself. Remain calm and consistent in your message. You may want to put things in writing, like an email, so there is a record of you clarifying your boundaries and expectations. If she continues to insist you owe her in unhealthy ways, due to the past, after trying to reason with her you may need to consider moving out to remove yourself from this manipulative situation. But start by communicating clearly first before escalating to that level. The key is staying calm but firm, and being consistent in clarifying your current obligations and boundaries. Don't feel obligated to repay favors that were in the past and part of a separate agreement. With clear communication, hopefully you both can get on the same page about the current expectations in your living situation.